In 2024, the festive season in Nigeria has been marked by a notable absence of fuel scarcity attributed to President Bola Tinubu's removal of fuel subsidies and efforts to revitalize the nation's refineries. This change has raised hopes for a stable fuel supply, reducing dependence on imports and mitigating exposure to global market fluctuations. Vice Chairman of the Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria in Ondo State, Idowu Adebusuyi, confirmed that local refineries are now operating at 60% capacity, with Dangote Refinery loading 500 trucks daily. This operational boost suggests that fuel scarcity may soon be a thing of the past.
For instance, if I'm to take Akure here as a typical example, which is the capital of Ondo State, for us to continue to have product around, to continue to have the environment wet with petrol, we must not have less than 20 trucks per day. So what we are having as of today is more than 30 trucks per day. So by implication, there's no way there can be scarcity of that product. And when now that there's competition, you can see that price has started crashing.
A social analyst, Dr. Gbenga Abimbola, welcomed the developments, highlighting their potentials to lower fuel prices and position Nigeria as an exporter of refined petroleum and enhancing its presence in the global market.
The importation will be reduced further and further. And once importation is reduced and local production is increasing, then prices will be affected positively. How? Because you will not be talking about duties, custom duties, shipping, transportation, clearing and forwarding. All these things will no longer be there. They will not be part of the prices that have been placed on the end user.
Financial experts Rotimi Ogunleye emphasized the need for government support for modular refineries, arguing that private sector involvement could further strengthen the economy.
If we have modular refineries around that are going to add value to all of this, you'll find out that all these modular refineries, whatever their product will be, plus that of Dangote, and now our refineries, at no time we'll discover that we'll now begin to export PMS to neighboring African countries, especially when the cost of delivering these products to them will reduce the cost of their pump price too in their country.
What I will advise the government now is that the modular refineries, let us not just depend on the large-scale refineries alone. If you go to Port Harcourt, if you go to Eket, if you go to Onne, if you go to the south, you will see Warri area, all those areas, some modular. Instead of clamping down on them, why don't you regulate them? Why don't you encourage them so that a refinery, a modular refinery that can produce even for one small village or one small city, then should be encouraged.
Nigeria is a very lucky country. We have high-level deposit of crude in different states around Nigeria. Talk about Delta, you talk about Port Harcourt, you talk about Anambra, you talk about Ondo State. All of us has crude oil deposit. So what we need to do is, if there is high demand for crude, what we need to do is to release more oil block for people to continue to tap. And there are markets for the refined product, and since we have it, I don't think having crude for all the refineries, including Dangote refinery, will be a problem because we have it in abundance in Nigeria.
Overall, revamping Nigeria's refineries is seen as a strategic move towards economic diversification and growth. Omorinola, Hungbeji, OSRC News.